Now, in high definition, coverage you can count on. This is WTVM News Leader 9.
I'm here at Toomer's Corner where friends and fans are remembering Philip Lutzenkirchen.
Plus, new information tonight on a fatal crash that claimed the life of a 12-year-old Phoenix City boy.
Find out the driver in this deadly crash will face charges.
And a few storms out there prompting severe thunderstorm warnings. We'll be tracking those for you coming right up.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us tonight for News Leader 9 at 6. I'm Barbara Goche.
I'm Jason Dennis. We begin tonight with the weather. A severe thunderstorm warning right now for several counties across the valley.
We can hear the rain coming down right here at our studios. Chief Meteorologist Derek Kincaid keeping an eye on things. He joins us now with the details on what we can expect this evening. Derek?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, you know, sometimes during the summer we'll get some of these storms that are just strong enough to reach severe limits with some stronger winds, maybe upwards of 50 to 60 miles per hour. Right now, parts of Muskogee, Chattahoochee, and Marion counties are under one of those severe thunderstorm warnings until 6:15. Another up in East Alabama for Randolph County, and this was actually just extended about a minute ago for most of Chambers County and eastern sections of Tallapoosa County. That one's going to go out a little bit longer. So if you live anywhere along Highway 431 in Randolph or Chambers County, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning as we speak. Let's look at that Columbus storm. This one producing a lot of lightning, some very, very gusty winds, and it looks like the stronger part of that storm has even developed now further down to the south and actually the west of where we have that warning. So the strongest weather right now might actually be in South Columbus heading into parts of Chattahoochee County. Again, under that warning until 6:15 Eastern time. Warning for the threat of some gusty winds, the possibility of some hail along with a lot of lightning, and even some flooding rains possible with these storms as well as they continue that drift on down to the south. So we'll be watching these very closely for you here in the coming hours. The temperatures are cooling down where the rain is settling in. 72 right now in Columbus, but still in the 90s for folks that haven't seen any of the rain out there today. We'll be talking more about where the rain is heading and more about the 4th of July week forecast too coming up for you a little later on in the show, guys.
All right, we thank you, Derek. Topping our news coverage tonight, a community is in mourning after the death of former Auburn football star Philip Lutzenkirchen.
Lutzenkirchen and Georgia baseball player Ian Davis were killed in a car wreck early Sunday morning in Troup County when their car flipped several times. We bring you team coverage tonight with News Leader 9's Dante Renzulli live at the scene of the crash and our Annie Hubble who is live at Toomer's Corner.
We begin with Dante from the crash site in Troup County. So Dante, what can you tell us about the crash and how it happened?
Thank you very much, Jason. Yeah, we spoke to a witness who was actually there, called 911, and spoke to the crash survivors in the minutes after this took place. But let me show you where we are right now. We're at sort of a makeshift memorial that Auburn football fans have put together. You can see they left some T-shirts, some pom-poms, some flags. And it's to remember Philip Lutzenkirchen, who people know as the record holder, scoring the most touchdowns in his career for a tight end. He also scored the winning touchdown in the Iron Bowl against Alabama. So a lot of people have been coming out here all day long to get a look at the place where he met this tragic end. They're very heartbroken to hear about this. As they've learned by looking at this crash scene, this car traveled a fair distance off the road, 450 feet to be exact. Now, the woman I spoke to lives right across the street, said that she awoke to somebody knocking on her door very loudly, asking her to call 911. And it was one of the gentlemen who was there in the car. Turns out none of the passengers in this vehicle were familiar with the area. They're all from places like Dadeville, Alabama. Lutzenkirchen was from Marietta, and another was from Atlanta. They may not have known that stop sign was there, and that's a good reason why they may have gone right through it. They ended up right here coming through behind this church in the early morning hours of Sunday, and they told the woman that they had just left a party at a friend's house, so that's why they were in the area. And we're going to hear more from that woman and her interview coming up at the news at 11. I'm live at the crash scene in Troup County. Dante Renzulli for News Leader 9.
All right, thank you so much, Dante. Meanwhile, hearts are broken on the plains with the news of the death of fan favorite Lutzenkirchen.
Yeah, many in Auburn feeling this loss. News Leader 9's Annie Hubble has been on Auburn's campus all day. She joins us now with the reaction there on campus. I know lots of heavy hearts right there, Annie.
Well, absolutely. Good evening. And even though it is a quiet summer semester at Auburn, you could definitely tell there was a somber mood on campus today. Now, as you can see behind me, fans and friends of Phil Lutzenkirchen came out at 4:30 yesterday afternoon to roll Toomer's trees for number 43 Lutzenkirchen. Now, everyone we spoke with today is is really in shock that one of Auburn's most familiar faces is gone. Of course, Lutzenkirchen was a star on AU's 2010 national championship team, but he was known for much more than football. Even those who didn't know him personally say that it's a genuine loss because of the character Lutzy exhibited and the impact he had on them during his time at Auburn. Now, even in this time of mourning, the Auburn family is trying to focus on and remember Phil for the kind soul that he has and the legacy that he has left behind. Now, we have heard that a memorial service has been planned for Phil at his alma mater in Marietta, Georgia on Wednesday. Now, coming up on the news at 11, hear more reaction from the Auburn family and from well-known Auburn football announcer and advisor Rick Smith on how Lutzenkirchen was a star on and off the field. For now, reporting live at Toomer's Corner, Annie Hubble, WTVM News Leader 9.
All right, thank you, Annie. In other news tonight, we have new details on a fatal vehicle accident involving a Phoenix City teen. Tonight, officers are answering questions about whether or not the driver will be charged in this case. News Leader 9's Rosalind Giles is following this story for us. She joins us in studio now with an update. Rosalind?
Yeah, Jason, we posed that question to Lieutenant Andy Williams in the Phoenix City Patrol Unit. He says they're considering the rules of the road when it comes to trikes. From the looks of his Facebook pictures, 12-year-old Christopher Haywood of Salem, Alabama, loved life. It all came to an end along Bayview Drive Friday afternoon around 1.
Very tragic.
Lieutenant Andy Williams says Haywood and the driver were riding in a three-wheeled trike, one that looks similar to this one. Williams had this to say about the driver possibly facing charges.
Currently this time, I don't believe we're looking at any charges, but like you said, we're still investigating the crash and the collisions and try to determine all the factors involved.
Coroner Arthur Sombry Jr. says both Haywood and the driver jumped from the moving vehicle when he noticed problems with the throttle. Williams adds, while accidents involving trikes are rare in the area, they are looking into all aspects of vehicle safety using trikes.
It's classified as a motorcycle. Standard state laws that apply to motorcycles, all your riders or occupants, which would be required to have on a head, proper head protection of a helmet, whereas a passenger car or, pickup truck or any other motor vehicle does not require that, but does require the use of seat belts.
Now, it is unclear if the driver and the teen were related. Of course, our thoughts and prayers go out to both families involved. Back to you.
Absolutely, Rosalind. Thank you. Well, early voting for the Georgia primary election runoff is underway right now. The actual runoff election for Georgia is not until July 22nd, but those wanting to get a head start can go ahead and cast their ballot during early voting. On the Republican ballot, you will see U.S. Senate as well as state school superintendent. On the Democratic ballot, there is only state school superintendent. Also, for those precincts that are in School Board District 2 in Muskogee County, you will see the runoff between John Thomas and John Wells.
If you voted a Republican ballot in the primary, you will have to vote a Republican ballot in the runoff. If you voted a Democratic, you will have to vote Democratic. But if you voted nonpartisan, you can vote either Republican or Democrat. And if you didn't vote at all, you can certainly come and cast any of the ballots.
Early voting for the primary in Columbus will take place at the City Services Center between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, but they are closed this Friday for the 4th of July holiday.
It is the final day of voting this quarter for WTVM's Give 9. Tonight at midnight, the votes will be tallied and a new winner selected. Now the time is to text your vote for one of our 5 finalists. Here's the list: the Autism Hope Center, Liberty Theater and Cultural Center, followed by the New Life Second Chance Outreach.
Then we have Pedaling for Kids and Warrior Outreach, which is leading the pack as of now. To vote for one of these 5 charities, just text Give 9 to 40909. Voting continues until midnight tonight. The winner will receive $5,000 courtesy of WTVM and Headquarter Nissan. We wish all the charities well.
Absolutely. Coming up here on the news at 6, a Supreme Court ruling involving Hobby Lobby and birth control has the nation talking. We'll hear from both sides of this debate.
Plus, travelers may notice beefed up security at the airport this summer. Find out what concerns officials say have led to the increased caution.
And your stocks are in on this Monday. The Dow Jones closing down 25 points. The NASDAQ up 10 points.
You're watching News Leader 9 with Barbara Gauthier, Jason Dennis, meteorologist Derek Kincaid, and Dave Platt with sports.
All new at 6 tonight, President Obama says he is sending around 200 more U.S. troops to Iraq to protect Americans and the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. This will bring the total number of U.S. forces in and around Iraq to nearly 800. President Obama has ruled out sending combat troops back into Iraq, but he says the additional troops will be equipped for combat.
Meanwhile, President Obama nominates former Procter & Gamble executive Robert McDonald to lead the troubled Veterans Affairs Department. This comes as the system attempts to confront reports of long waiting times and mismanagement. President Obama says the administration is establishing a, quote, new culture of accountability at the VA.
Well, closely held companies with religious objections like Hobby Lobby cannot be forced to offer certain types of birth control coverage under President Obama's health care law. In a 5-4 decision today, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that some for-profit corporations have religious rights. Today's decision came 2 years after justices narrowly upheld the Affordable Care Act. Opponents fear the decision in favor of Hobby Lobby could lead to other health care challenges on religious grounds.
I am extremely disappointed. What we saw today was 5 male justices essentially ruled that discrimination against women was not discrimination at all.
Now, on the other side of the debate, Georgia Senator Johnny Isakson weighs in on the subject. He released a statement saying, quote, today's Supreme Court ruling is a win for religious freedom and yet another signal to the Obama administration that it cannot continue to infringe on the constitutional rights of Americans.
The Department of Homeland Security will likely beef up security measures at America's airports. There is some concern that terrorists from al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula are developing new explosives that can be smuggled past screening systems. Officials say there is no imminent threat or plot, but an additional vulnerability has been identified. U.S. officials have recently put out warnings about terrorists attempting to design new explosive devices to avoid detection.
Yeah, lots of folks traveling these days, too, because of the summer and the holiday coming up. But around here today, we got rain to deal with.
Yeah, start out with the heat, and then the rains come in. It's going to be quite humid out there on our dinner break.
Absolutely. Humid weather after the showers and thunderstorms come to an end. Some of these, by the way, have been fairly strong today. We'll tell you if there's any warnings in effect. Also, the latest on where these storms are moving in your full forecast coming up after the break.
Weather coverage you can count on from Storm Team 9 and the area's only live Doppler 9.
Well, here's a live look outside our Alpha Insurance Sky Cam atop the Ashley Furniture Home Store. Looking back to the western sky, we have the rain that has come to an end at our Sky Cam location. Still some showers in the area, but the heaviest rain has passed on by. It made it up to 94, but then with the rain, those temperatures dropped off in a hurry. Right now, 71 degrees. About the only way we're going to be able to cool down in the summertime is with some of these showers and storms. Let's go over to TrueView Max. We'll show you the only warning that we have in effect right now. It is a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Chambers and Tallapoosa County. Now until 5:45 Central Time, 6:45 Eastern Time. Under the orange boxes here, Southern Randolph, Chambers, Tallapoosa. That includes Lafayette, it includes Roanoke, it also includes Alexander City and the city of Dadeville as well over in East Alabama for that cluster of storms that you see right here with a lot of lightning. We'll take you a little closer in there in just a moment. Let's show you the storms coming south out of Columbus. We did have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Muskogee County earlier, but right now the heaviest rain, the stormiest weather, South Columbus. We're talking mainly about the Buena Vista Road exit on Interstate 185 and points down to the south from there. Lawson Army Airfield at Fort Benning getting some very heavy rain, a lot of lightning as well with that strongest weather really hugging the border between Chattahoochee and Russell counties. That storm, by the way, is moving off to the south with some motion to the southwest as well. Now in East Alabama, we've been watching those storms as well coming through Randolph and Chambers County, up and down Highway 431 in Chambers County, a very wet and stormy drive right now. Those stronger showers and storms are getting set to push into Tallapoosa County too, near the town of New Site, eventually Lake Martin and also Alexander City. The showers and thunderstorms today have been moving on down to the south, but again, our storms over in East Alabama, you see this little green line heading to the south and west. That's that outflow boundary, which sometimes these showers and storms can develop along. It looks like that may be heading down to the south and west. So that's why these storms in East Alabama may have more of a westward trend than those storms in Georgia did. So in the summertime, these storms typically do move in some pretty strange ways from time to time. And as we talked about, where the rain is falling, it's much cooler. 72 at Fort Benning, 77 in LaGrange, 73 in Columbus, 90s for everybody else that have not seen a lot of showers or storms today. But the good news is the rain coverage drops off tomorrow and stays fairly low all the way through the end of the week, including our 4th of July. Now, if you want more forecast updates, you can get them on all of our social media accounts, including Instagram, WTVM_weather, the place to find us there. Here's your forecast tonight. The rain will come to an end fairly soon here within the next few hours by 10 or 11 o'clock. 73 are low in Columbus. The high tomorrow, 97. A hot day coming your way. Could be one of the hotter days so far of the year. 72 for Auburn and Opelika. The high tomorrow over there at 95 in East Alabama. And we're going to stay hot around here for the next couple of days. 97 Tuesday, 97 Wednesday. And then as we head into 4th of July, the high 94, but the rain chances staying low. If you have any outdoor plans, grilling, pool time, whatever it may be, nothing more than your very typical summertime chance of a passing shower or storm. Most places staying dry and hot through the next few days, guys.
It's definitely muggy out there. After that rain moves in, too, it just gets even worse.
Yeah, it cools you down briefly when it's falling, but then as soon as it's over, boy, you start to feel the humidity come
like a
back.
sauna out there.
Yeah.
Doesn't help you lose any weight, though, that sauna
It
heat.
does not. No, no.
I've tried. All right,
Thanks.
Coming up, the Atlanta Braves open the final homestand before the All-Star break, and they're on a hot streak, but it's a long day for a former Georgia Bulldog at Wimbledon. Dave has your highlights.
And at the World Cup, Team USA gets some very welcome news. Find out what it is next in sports. And Simone Doughton joins us now with a look at what's coming up on our sister station, Fox 54 News at 7. Simone?
Well, Jason, ordinary postal workers may have their work cut out for them after braving snow, rain, and sleet to deliver your mail. But tonight on Fox 54 Primetime News, we meet a postal worker who uses a boat to deliver mail on a route that's absolutely Alabama. Join us for this story and more tonight at 7.
All right, thank you, Simone. We will not need a boat around Columbus this evening. The rain has moved out of here,
right? The rain has moved out. We can travel by foot and by car as normal. At least the heaviest rain has moved out. But still, some folks going to deal with some stormy weather. Remember, lightning, the bigger threat with these summertime storms, along with the threat of some gusty winds with those stronger storms. So we'll keep an eye on them for you. More on Facebook and on the website.
So keep the umbrella, but not necessarily a boat.
Not the boat, yeah.
All right. That's going to do it for us tonight at 6. Be sure to join us back here tonight for News Leader 9 at 11.
And get much more on our website, WTVM.com. See you at 11.
Good night.